The 1990s were the golden age of the black sitcom. The Cosby Show, which featured an upper-middle-class black family in a positive light, was just ending, but luckily shows like The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and Family Matters kept this trend alive. The UPN network, which launched in the mid-90s, was home to some of our favorite comedies. One of the network's breakout hits was a sitcom that featured a blended family from the perspective of their teenage daughter, Moesha, played by Grammy Award-winning R&B artist Brandy Norwood. The cast would include a mixture of names who each would get their break from the series, such as Shar Jackson, Countess Vaughn, Ray J, and child actor Marcus T. Paulk. Paulk would entertain viewers weekly as Myles Mitchell, Moesha's mischievous younger brother. Now, despite just being 10 years at the time of the show's premiere, the young actor would deliver a performance that resonated with the show's audience, and that is why he's unforgotten. Moesha would premiere on January 23, 1996 on UPN. Early into the series, Myles, played by Marcus, was known for playing practical jokes on Moesha and her friends, but as the series progressed, the show started to focus on teenage social issues, and so did the role of Myles. Towards the end of this series, Myles would now be involved in storylines about drug abuse and sex, and just before the series cancellation, the character would end up being kidnapped. Paulk's performance as Myles Mitchell would land him 3 consecutive nominations for an Emmy Award. Now, before Moesha, the actor was quietly building his acting resume with a series of small parts. Most notably, he would appear on Martin 2 years prior. He would show that he could hold his own as he would share the screen with Martin Lawrence as Martin's possible son. Paulk's start in entertainment would begin at the early age of 4 as a street performer on Venice Beach in California. With some encouragement from his parents, he would go on to pursue a career in show business, which would lead him to other guest appearances like The Fresh Prince, The Sinbad Show, and The Parenthood. In 2001, UPN would decide to no longer bring back Moesha, and Paulk now had to figure out new opportunities to continue his career in entertainment. When asked about what life was like on set, the former Moesha star said he had an amazing time. I had no older siblings, so when I booked the show, I had the biggest group of brothers and sisters at one moment. I used to bug Brandy so much on set. I was always trying to figure out what everyone else was doing. Now, after Moesha, Paulk would continue his entertainment career as a voice actor in several episodes of The Proud Family. And in 2005, Paulk would surprise viewers as he would feature in box office flick Roll Bounce. In addition to acting, Paulk would jump in the rap lane, and in 2008, he would appear on the song First Class Girl, which featured on the soundtrack to ABC's family TV movie, Another Cinderella Story. He would also have a role in the movie. In 2012, the former child actor would land another box office film, Red Tails, along with a strong supporting cast. In a behind-the-scenes interview from the movie, it appears that Paulk at the time was pursuing growth back into acting as he would embrace the new dramatic role. A lot of things I've been involved in, family, comedy-driven type movies or television shows. So for me, this is a big step forward to be a part of a big action movie. Red Tail's opening would do well as it would debut at number 2 on the box office. If Paulk was looking to fully transition from years as a child actor, this was the perfect opportunity. However, in 2013, the actor would put his name back in the headlines, but this time after being accused of domestic violence. He would end up turning himself in to authorities. His girlfriend at the time, who was involved in the incident, would tell TMZ that the altercation started after a night out in Beverly Hills. She said that she and Marcus got into a verbal argument that later turned physical after she claimed she wasn't paying him enough attention. Paulk was facing up to 4 years for the alleged incident if found guilty, but thanks to a plea deal, he would avoid any prison time. Fast forward to 2 years later, Paulk's problems with the law continued as he would end up getting arrested, out of all places, Arizona, for a DUI and drug possession. He would fail a sobriety test and confess that he had been drinking and smoking earlier that day. Now, to avoid prison time this time around, he would end up agreeing to enroll in an alcohol program with 12 months of unsupervised probation. After the Arizona incident, Paulk would fortunately stay out of trouble to keep his acting career going with small roles in TV and film. Now, if you ask quite a few people in entertainment, sometimes the most money is being made behind the camera. And in 2017, Paulk would start working on a career as a casting director. According to his Instagram, he currently sits as a CEO of VVS Models, an agency which helps music videos find models for their projects. VVS has done work with Twista, Young Dolph, T.I.'s Hustle Gang, and more. Now, before 2017 would come to an end, Park will remind us all where things originally started for him, as he and the cast of Moesha will reunite on The Real. The moment would mark 16 years since the ending of Moesha. And when asked about the possibility of a reboot, the cast would share that they were down for it. It ended on a cliffhanger, Myles was kidnapped, we don't know who's pregnant. Now as for Park, he continues to find different ways to stay connected to entertainment, just as his parents saw for him when he was 4 years old. Miles Mitchell may never return, but the actor who played him is making sure he remains unforgotten.